Hello students, welcome to today's lecture. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about the next point of unit number 4, that is a line codes. Objectives of today's lecture: to study different line codes, advantages, disadvantages and applications of different line codes. So let's begin. So before starting with the line code, one must know what is a line code. The line code is a code used for data transmission of a digital signal over a transmission line. This process of coding is chosen so as to avoid or overlap and distortion of signals such as inter-symbol interference. These all are the properties of a line code. So first property of a line code is, as the coding is done to mark more bits transmit on a single signal, the bandwidth used is much reduced. For a given bandwidth, the power is efficiently used, the probability of error is much more reduced, error detection is done, and the bipolar has two correction capabilities, power density is much favorable, the timing constant is adequate. The long strings of ones and zeros is avoided to maintain transparency. So these all are the properties of using a line codes. Now what are the classification of a line codes? The line codes are broadly classified into three categories. First one is based on their polarities. So based on their probabilities, we are having a polar type of line code, unipolar line code and a bipolar line code. Second one is their nature, that is a return to zero and a non-return to zero category. And third one is the number of levels present in a code. So whether your code is a multi-level code or a two-level code. So this is a third category of defining a line code. So first category, based on the polarity. So based on polarity, first type of line code is a polar line code. In this type of polar signaling, a high in a data is represented by the positive pulse and the low in a data is represented by the negative pulse. So it is shown in the here. This is your data, and with respect to clock we are showing the data. So for the positive pulse, it is shown by a positive line, and the zero or the lower value is represented by the negative pulse. So in this way we are representing a polar code. So in polar code, your positive is having an amplitude of plus V and the negative or the lower value is shown by an amplitude of a minus V. So this type of representation is called as a polar signaling. Second signaling is a unipolar signaling. In this type of unipolar signaling, the high in the data is represented by the positive pulse called as a mark, which has a duration of a t0 equals to the bit symbol duration, and the low in the data has no pulses. So following is a representation. The high in the data, this is your positive, is represented by a or the 1, or the high value is represented by the 1 or a positive value, which is called as a mark, and for the negative there is a no pulse, means negative value or the lower value is shown by the 0 only. So this type of representation is called as a unipolar representation. Third one is a bipolar. This is an encoded technique which has a 3-level voltage, namely positive, negative and a 0. Such a signal is also called as a duo-binary signal. So this is a representation of a binary signal. So the binary signal is having a 3 levels. It is represented by the positive as well as by the negative. So here I have taken an example of a bipolar NRZ. So bipolar NRZ means what? Where your positive signal, first positive is represented by the 1, 0 is represented by a 0, and next one is represented by the negative. So this type of code is called as a bipolar codes. Now return to 0 and a non-return to 0. So return to 0 is in the case where after every binary digit, signal returns to the 0 or the ground potential. Hence here the pulse width is the half of the binary digit bits period, that is a TP is equals to TB by 2. So this is your bit. So after every half time period, so if you take example over here, so this is your 1. So after half period, so after half time period it return back to the 0 level. So for half time period it is a high, and for next half time period it is 0. So there is a transition from the higher value to the lower value in a return to 0 value, and it is half for the half period of a bit. So that therefore TP is given by TP by 2. Next one is a non-return to 0. In case of non-return to 0, the binary digit changes between H and L value and does not remains at the ground or a DC potential. So this is your non-return to 0. Here the value is present, there is no return back 0. For complete value of 1, it is high throughout, there is no return of a signal, therefore it is called as a non-return to 0. So 1 is represented by 1 only and 0 is 0. So this type of representation is called as a non-return to 0. Now the different types of line codes. Now here we are going to discuss about the actual type of line codes which we are having. So first type of line code is a unipolar non-return to zero or a NRZ. So in this type of unipolar signaling, the high in the data is represented by the positive pulse called as a mark, which has a duration t0 equal to the symbol bit duration, and the low in the data has no pulse. So this is a representation of a unipolar non-return to zero or NRZ. So here it is a unipolar, means it is having only single polarity, therefore 0 and 1 values there is the first thing, and it is no return back. So your value is present for a complete time period. So 1 is represented by 1 and for 0 it is a 0. So this is a unipolar NRZ. Advantages of unipolar NRZ: it is a simple, a lesser bandwidth is required. Disadvantages: no error correction is done in case of unipolar NRZ. Presence of low frequency component may cause a single droop. No clock is present, and loss of synchronization is likely to occur in case of a unipolar NRZ. Second type, unipolar return to zero or unipolar RZ. In this type of unipolar signaling, the high in data through represented by a mark pulse, its duration is t0, which is less than the bit duration, and half of a bit duration remains high, but it immediately returns to the 0 and shows the absence of a pulse remaining during the half of the bit pulse. So that was shown over here. For the half, it is a unipolar is one thing. The unipolar means it is having a single polarity, therefore 0 and V values are there, and it is a return to 0, means for plus first half section it is a present, and for next half section it is return back to the 0 value, therefore it is called as a return to 0, and the 0 is represented by 0. Again for next one, half portion is half high and next half portion is 0. Next is its advantages. It is simple. The spectral line represents present in the symbol rate can be used as a clock. Disadvantages: again no error correction is there. Occupies twice the bandwidth as a unipolar NRZ, and the signal droop is caused at the place where the signal is non-zero at a 0 voltage. Polar NRZ. In polar NRZ, in this type of polar signal, the high in the data is represented by the positive pulse, that is over here, and the low in the data is represented by the negative pulse. So this is your polar NRZ. High is represented by the positive pulse and the lower is represented by the negative pulse. So this type of representation is called as a polar NRZ. Its advantages: again it is a simple, no low frequency components are present, as we are having only positive as well as a negative frequency components. Disadvantages: again no error correction is there, no clock is present, and the single droop is caused at the place where the signal is non-return at 0 Hz. Polar RZ. Now in this type of polar signaling, the high in the data through is represented by the mark pulse, its duration is t0, and the signal bit duration, half of the bit duration remains high, but it immediately returns to the 0, shows the absence of the pulse. So here for the first positive half, the signal is represented by the positive, and for the next it is a 0 value. Now for the lower input, so if your input is a lower or 0, the half of the pulse is represented by the negative pulse. Negative pulse represent the data, and the 0 level remains the same for the half of the bit duration, means for 1 half portion is high, next half portion is 0. For 0, first portion is a negative V and the next portion is 0 level only. So this is how we are representing a polar RZ signal. Its advantages: it is a simple, no frequency or no low frequency components are present. Disadvantages: no error correction, no clock is present, occupies twice the bandwidth of a polar NRZ, and the signal droop is caused at places where the signal is non-return to the 0 value. Next type of signaling is a bipolar signaling. This is an encoding technique which has a 3 signal voltage levels, namely positive, negative and the 0. Such a signal is called as a duobinary signal. An example of this is an alternate mark inversion or a AMI. AMI is again one of the important line code which we are using. So for 1, so what happened in AMI? In case of AMI, for the 1, the voltage level gets a transition from positive to negative, okay, or from negative to 1, having a alternate ones to be equal to the polarity. A0 will having a 0 voltage level, so that is a condition for the alternate mark inversion. Alternate mark inversion is also called as a bipolar RZ. So we are having two types of bipolar signal, bipolar NRZ and next one is a bipolar RZ. In case of bipolar NRZ, for positive value it is a 1 throughout, for 0 it is a 0. For next one value there is an alternate in a value, means in case of bipolar signal, whenever the signal is 1 it will show a transition. So therefore it is called as a alternate mark inversion. So here what is happening, for first one the value is represented by 1, but for next one the value is inverted, therefore it is shown by a negative value. Similarly the next one is represented by a positive value, next one is negative and so on, but in this case your 0 remains as it is. So this is a representation of a bipolar NRZ, and next one is a bipolar RZ, that is a alternate mark inversion. So here for 1, half portion is showing a transition from +1, this is a +1, to the negative value or to the 0, and for 0 it is 0. Next one it is showing a transition from a negative value to the 0. 0 remains as it is. So on is a representation of a bipolar RZ. Its advantages: it is a simple, no low frequency components are present, occupy lower bandwidth than unipolar and the polar NRZ schemes. This technique is suitable for transmission over the AC coupled lines as a signal drooping doesn't occur over here. A signal error detection capability is present in this. Disadvantages: no clock is present and the long string of data causes loss of synchronization. So if you are having a long string of a data, there must be a chances of a synchronization losing. Next one is a split phase Manchesters. Now in data transmission, Manchester encoding is a method of transmission bit that allows the receiver to easily synchronize with the sender. So this is an example of a Manchester codes. So what Manchester code is doing, the Manchester encoding splits each bit period into 2 and ensure that there is always a transition between the signal level in the middle of each bit. So here this is a bit, first one, so we always split the bit into 2 sections. So here we have splitted the every bit is splitted into 2 sections. So if for this case here for logic 1 or for high data, the signal is split from higher level to the lower level, and for 0 the signal is splitted and there is a transition from the lower level to the higher level. Again next value is 0, so it is splitted in the half time period. Half portion is shown by the 0 value or by the lower value and half one is shown by the higher value. So this type of code is called as a split phase Manchester. The logic symbol 0 is having a transition from -v/2 to +v/2 and vice versa for the logic 1. So that's what we have discussed right now. Advantages: it is having a DC component, no signal drooping problem, easy to synchronize to the waveform. Disadvantages: greater bandwidth required for this waveform, no error correction capabilities. Last one, polar quaternary NRZ. So this is a representation of a polar code. So here what we are doing now, in case of a polar quaternary code, quaternary means 4, we have split the complete code into 4 sections, and each section is represented by the 2 bits, or each section is a combination of a 2 bits. Therefore in this case we are having a 4 states, and that's what I have shown over here. State 00 is at a voltage level of -3a/2. State 01 is at a voltage level of -a/2. 10 is at a voltage level of +a/2, and 11 is at a voltage level of 3a/2. So here the complete voltage levels are split into 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now each voltage level represents one particular value. So the lower value or 3/2 value is represented by 00. a/2 or 1/2 value is represented by 10. It is 00, 10, 01 and 11. So likewise we have represented. So first value is 00. So 00 value is having a voltage value of -3a/2 or -3/2 or -3, whatever. So it is represented by the negative voltage level 3. Next is 10. 10 is represented by a/2. So it is, in this case, is 1 value or voltage level 1. Then next one is 01, which is represented by a voltage level of a -1/2. So this is my voltage level -1/2, and last one is a 11, which is represented by a voltage level of +a/2. plus 3a by 2. So in this way we are representing the signal, and therefore it is called as a polar quaternary in RZ, because here we are taking the grouping of 2 bits and each bit is having a one particular voltage level. Okay. It is also referred as a MBNL coding, where M is a length of a binary pattern and N is a number of level. So here your L is equals to B for a binary number and N is equals to 2. Okay. Hence the polar quaternary could be 2B1Q used in ISDN network or in the HDSL digital subscription lines. Example. Now we have taken one example for your reference. In examination you will find this type of questions definitely. So here a bit sequence is given to us. A bit sequence given to us is 1011101011, and they ask us to find out the different format. The first format is a unipolar RZ and an RZ, bipolar RZ and an RZ, next one is a split phase Manchester, and last one is a polar quaternary waveform. So what do you have to do? First we write down all the bits in the sequence. So first bit is 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. So first we go for unipolar RZ. Now as per the definition of a unipolar RZ, RZ is written to 0. So in case of RZ, after a half time period there is a return back to the 0 value. Therefore your 1 for 1, half portion is high, next half portion is 0 or low. For unipolar RZ your 0 is represented by 0. Next for next one, half portion is high, half portion is low, and so on. So in this way we draw the unipolar RZ. In unipolar signal the voltage levels are 0 and 1 or 0 and A. Next one is a unipolar NRZ. NRZ stands for non-return to 0. So in this case your 1 is high for the complete time period, 0 is 0. Next one is high for a complete time period, no return back to 0 in this case, and in this way we draw unipolar NRZ. Next one is a bipolar RZ. In case of bipolar RZ means return to 0. Bipolar RZ means in case of a bipolar RZ it's having a dual polarity ranging from minus V by 2 to plus V by 2, and in case of bipolar RZ there is a transition from a higher value to the lower value and vice versa. So for logic 1 there is a transition from higher value to the 0 value. For logic 0 there is a transition from a negative value to the positive value, and as a return to 0 means the signal is not present for the complete time period, is a high for a half time period, and for next half time period it goes to the 0 value. So there is a return back policy, so there is a return to 0 condition is there. Next one is a bipolar NRZ. Again NRZ means no return to 0. So the signal is high for the complete period of a time. So 1 is high for a complete time period, 0 is represented by the negative, 1 is high, 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 and 0 is again, whenever the 0 comes in the picture it will go to the negative value. So this is your bipolar NRZ. Next one is a split phase Manchester. In split phase Manchester every bit is there is a splitting of every bit. So we split every bit and there is a transition. So your first bit is 1. So for logic 1 your half portion is high and next half portion is low. Means after half time there is a transition from higher value to the lower value. For 0 the first half portion is shown by the 0 value or by the negative value, and next half portion is shown by the high value. Next bit is 1. So 1 half portion is high, next half portion is negative or the lower. Next bit is again 1. So half portion is high, next half portion is 0. So in this way we represent the split phase Manchester. And last one is polar quaternary NRZ. Now for finding a polar quaternary NRZ, first task is we have to group the bits. So we have to take the group of the bits, or we have to group the bit sequence in a group of 2 bits. So first group is having a bits 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 and likewise, and for the respective bit grouping we have to assign the code word. So first one is 10. So 10 is having a logic of A by 2. So this 10 is represented by A by 2. Next one is 11. 11 is represented by 3A by 2 is next one. Next bit is 10. So 10 is A by 2, A by 2. Next one is again 10 0. Therefore A by 2, and last bit is 11. So A11 is represented by 3A by 2. So in this way we have drawn the bit sequence, or we have drawn all data formats for the given bit sequence. Okay. Thank you for listening to my video. Thank you so much.